take you back to Miami in 1924 when construction broke ground for the Miami Daily News headquarters July 11th. It was the rise of the tower, which was completed July 26th of the next year.
That's a strange building to house a newspaper.
Spanish Renaissance style was its inspiration. 17 stories, 82,000 square feet of news gathering and information until 1957, with the newspaper relocated and left the tower mostly vacant. In Cuba, the political landscape quickly shifted when Fidel Castro took power. Cubans fled the island, fearing imprisonment, violence, or even death, and many came here to Miami.
We were separated from our parents, and we were placed in what was called La Pecera, which was separated by a glass from our parents.
He told me that we were never going back to Cuba, and this was going to be our new country.
We arrived in this country in August of 1961.
I identify so much that building with what it meant to us to survive in this city.
The Tower of Freedom was actually, at the time, called by Cubans El Refugio, the refuge.
El Refugio, or the refuge. The U.S. government leased the empty building to receive, process, support Cubans who sought political asylum here. The Miami Tower became the Cuban Assistance Center. It's why the Freedom Tower is considered the Ellis Island of the South.
It was established as a way of receiving the Cuban exile community that had nothing, that left Cuba in the majority of cases with absolutely no money and just the clothes on their back.
The Freedom Tower was the city, part of the survival for us in those moments, because we went once a month to pick up a big box of food that the American government gave to us to feed us, because we didn't have anything back then.
I can tell you every Cuban here has eaten peanut butter because they had a lot of it.
Dry powdered milk, peanut butter, which was something very unusual to the Cuban taste, and other items that they were really helpful, plus the families would also get a check for $100 per month to get them started.
Thousands passed through these doors. Here they received medical care, food, job placement, hope for a new start. And just like the story of the Cuban exile community, the Freedom Tower itself was built up, it was shuttered, but its historic resilience and story still stands.
So as a little boy, I remember driving by Biscayne Boulevard with my parents and looking at the beauty of this tower.
My mother's experience when she first arrived to this country, she came through the Freedom Tower.
After years of neglect, it was restored by the Moss family, who themselves started over here.
Being able to do that is a gift to this community that gave my family everything. And for us, it was an amazing moment.
In 2008, it was named a National Historic Landmark, donated to Miami-Dade College by the Martin family in 2005, ensuring it would stand to share the story of all people who have come to this country to start over.
It's a journey of my parents and the sacrifices they made in order for me today to sit as the president of Miami-Dade College.
100 years later, La Torre de Libertad is getting much needed TLC.
The vision for the Freedom Tower is to create an exhibit called Libertad, freedom, simply freedom. Freedom means hope and opportunity, to be able to be free to realize your dreams.
Dreams that started here and have helped to build our city, with not just dreams of the Cuban people, but anyone who has ever had to start over and persevere with hope and dignity.
It's a symbol of hope for all of us. It's what Miami is all about. It starts right there.
That Freedom Tower, to me, was always a symbol. And it's a symbol of the perseverance of the Cuban people in their struggle for freedom.
We had our own greatest generation. And that's our parents, our uncles, our grandparents that came here. Gave up everything. Struggle. And many of them did not let us see the struggle. They kept it to themselves. And they're really our greatest generation.